Welcome to Toffee TV.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme.
You've got to do more. Christian rhyme. You've got to give it a bit of.
I did the full rock version.
No, we don't do a rock version because it was Cliff.
I know, but Cliff, I don't.
I know.
I just do what I want.
You can literally do what you want. Well, not
I
literally.
think you should have known this by now.
I do know it, but
Just do
a
what
bit
I
of
want.
warning would have been lovely.
I don't like
because
when
you just went in.
warning. What warning does is it lets you know.
Yeah.
And I'm all for the surprises.
You are, well,
This time of year, I'm all
Yeah,
for the surprises.
exactly.
I like to just
do whatever you want.
do whatever I want, quite literally. I mean, that's not just a Christmas thing.
See? Festive.
I didn't do that.
No,
I mean,
you didn't do that.
that.
No, you sat there just messing around or doing whatever you were doing. But yeah.
Why would you buy a tree that's bigger than you?
It's 6 foot. It should be bigger than me. Know what I mean? Because like the average man's like what 5'9", isn't
The average man is weird, if you ask me.
Well, no, you're weird.
And that's why.
I'm closer.
That's
to
why
the
it's called.
average than you are.
That's why it's called the average man.
Well, the mean of men.
No. I think you got it right the first time. The average man.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you know what I mean? Some of us are subhuman.
Yeah, got that right, fella. When we
Some of us-
about V,
Some of us have mutated past. I mean, do you want to know?
Listen,
do
can
you
we?
want to know what my mutation is? Just before we click on.
Go on.
Inverted nipples. They're the future. What the men need nipples for?
You haven't got inverted nipples. Have
What
you?
the men
Have
need-
you got inverted?
Yes, I have. What the men need nipples for?
Oh,
So I therefore am.
you've mutated. You said it yourself.
I
Let's
have.
just get on to.
I've gone past.
This
you
is an
being-
AOB. If you brought this energy to AOB recently, we've been buzzing. Me and Bailey have been.
AOB's going to be
holding it up.
amazing this week.
There is. There's some.
Go on, let's have it.
Let's get straight into it. The Premier League. Let's start there because why not? And we always talk about it. Although there's going to be a little bit of a split to this programme after Christmas. But you just have to wait and see. Yeah, Premier League has a new leader.
Nope.
But we could always do Sky and just say, so second down to whatever.
Nope.
Listen, don't like saying it, but
Did I say it was coming? Last week?
they're a good side. They've had 2 tricky games. They had 3 tricky games. They had us and 2 trips to Burnley and Bournemouth, and they won both of those games with consummate ease. I know the Burnley game, they had to come from there. I mean, first of all, just before we get to the weekend, have you seen Milner's goal at Burnley, the equalising goal? Why does Joe Hart just not have any interest in?
Because it's Joe Hart.
He's absolutely horrendous.
Because it's Joe Hart.
He is woeful. I know it was to his left and he can't dive to his left, but I'm not being funny. One of the worst bit of goalkeeping I've ever seen. He just didn't. He was waiting. Yeah, absolutely crap. They went to Bournemouth, won 4-0 the weekend. That took them top of the league. We won't mention the own goal, the offside or the deflection.
No.
But a good result for them because obviously, I mean, they beat Bournemouth 4-0 there last year. They just score goals, don't they? Down there, we can never win down there. I watched Arsenal Huddersfield, which was a bind. Arsenal scraped past them. Arsenal weird. Went to Old Trafford last week, got a good result 2-2 with United, and then followed it up with a home win. So they're right in the mix, in the top foot. Well, the 5th, but on goal difference from Chelsea. No, just goal difference from Chelsea.
Well.
Put they're up there, aren't they? Is that 6 points now between, say, Liverpool and Spurs? Is that going to be too much for Tottenham to pull themselves into this title race, or what do you think?
Does seem to be like a top 2, then 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and then obviously there's a gap between 6th. Then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It does seem like it is a top 2, and then it's the next 3 now.
I mean, there's 22 games to play.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
There's a lot of football left, but just at the minute, Liverpool City look better than everybody
Yeah,
else. Yeah. But Arsenal have done really. Are you surprised how well they've done? I know you like Emery, and I know Emery's a good coach and all that.
No, because I tell you why I'm not, because they've got 2 goal scorers. So anything's possible, isn't it, when you've got a couple of goal scorers? If you've got a goal scorer and then you can replace him with another goal scorer who's probably equally as good, then you've always got a chance. Sometimes.
And obviously that takes the opposition have to worry about.
Well, the thing about it is,
which is what happened with the weekend.
In the first few games, they look terrible at the back. But having the offensive ability negates that, doesn't it? And allows you to prop it up. And I think as it's gone on, they've got better and developed, and now maybe they're starting to find their feet at both ends. And that's, in the Premier League, that's all you really need, isn't it?
It's exactly what you need. Burnley beat Brighton. Burnley being beaten at home by Liverpool, so they got past Brighton at the weekend, which was a good result for Everton.
Important result for them.
It was important because, you know, they were at the bottom of the league, weren't they, with 9 points, so they're on 12. There's still that gap there, because obviously, you know, Cardiff beat Southampton. That was a big win for them. I watched a bit of United and Fulham as well. Fulham caused United loads of problems on the break, but they're terrible at the back.
Yeah, he'll have to buy, won't he?
They're just terrible at the back. So that, you know, he's got to wait 3 weeks, hasn't he, to break.
But at the same time, though, you know, it doesn't. Things don't happen overnight. Old habits can't just be turned round. You need, especially with them as well. I think with some teams, you know, I think like go back 12 months with us last year, where Allardyce came in and he knew he had a good set of players. That all he had to do was just give them a bit of organisation and some confidence. Fulham need working on solidly. I mean, even like look at Palace last season when Hodgson came in, and they weren't great straight away, but they learned how to play a system, and they got a little bit better. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but
I just think we're looking at Fulham like minus 24 though already, and got 9 points, lost 11 out of 16. And he won that. He won his first game, didn't he, or his second game? So they'll have to go. Some United to win that, and then obviously got a Champions League game in a week, which they didn't. West Ham 3, Palace 2. West Ham 3 wins on the run.
He can score goals. Last week scored 9 goals in the last 3 games, and if you're looking at a team, you know, the thing about West Ham is, and I think I said this last week, is their record to us since the first 4 games have been very competitive. It's been very competitive, you know, been very similar. They're obviously growing with the manager, and I think what's actually helped them is like the injury to Jack Wilshere. Injuries keep on seeming to help them rather than hinder them.
Yeah.
So that Nautovic has gone out, and now Hernandez has gone in, and he's scoring goals.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can, you know, it can fall for you like that, can't it? And listen, Anderson for them is absolutely brilliant. He is brilliant. He makes them tick, and if they keep on, listen, you say it all the time. It's not about beating the top 6 teams. It's about beating everybody else. And they're you know, if you're scoring goals and you're beating those teams, this is the difference between. I don't like to say this, but this is the difference between. Even though they're below us, I look at West Ham at the moment, and they seem to be scoring 2s and 3s against these poor sides that we seem to be having a little bit of a struggle putting goals past. And I'm not saying we're building to the same place, but at this moment, that's the thing, isn't it? You look at that and go,
at this moment, I'd say they're better than us. In this last few games, the run of form suggests that, doesn't it? You know, and they've got, I looked at their fixtures the other day, the next 4 are all teams. I expect them to take 12 points, so we could be way behind them after Christmas, because we've hit a brick wall quite clearly with our 2 performances at home against 2 average sides. Well, one side I'd regard as poor or limited.
But they're both average, weren't they?
And Watford were very average, but still could have won.
But they've found ways to score goals when we haven't, and that's you know, good. When it's for everybody else, sometimes that's all you need.
I mean, they beat a Palace side who were winning. You know, they were winning after an hour, and they conceded 2 goals in a few minutes. And we said last week with Palace is that I think Palace have got the good enough side to not be in trouble, right?
They've got no goals.
But every year, well, I'm just going to move on to that. They're struggling now. And Will Sahar's posted a photo on his Instagram thing. He's got a protective boot on in the treatment room. So he could be...
But he hasn't been turning up recently, has he?
No, but he's a threat, isn't he?
No, I know, but he hasn't been turning up. But they need a striker. They need
Ben Techy to turn up.
Did he though? Because he wasn't doing that.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
They need I don't know what they need exactly. Maybe they need to go and... I mean... They need like a Glenn Murray. Do you know what I mean? They need a player who knows how to play up front.
James Holton.
Yes.
That's who they could get, who would score goals for them.
Yeah. They need a striker. They need a striker who will just bumble in goals. Who knows how to play up front as well.
Don't we need that?
Yeah, I think we do, but I think, well, listen, we know what we're trying to do.
No, I know. That's what, you're right though, Nias is a great shout for them, because when you're trying to look around and go, well, who could they get really?
Tosun would score goals for them, by the way.
Tosun score goals for them, because you got wingers who throw crosses in, and they're not all about pressing high from the front and movement, so Tosun would, and he wanted them, didn't he, 18 months ago, whether, I don't know, but that's what they need, because they're 12 points, they're a win off the bottom, Again, you look at them, -10, they've lost 10 out of 16 games. When you look in there, Cardiff are 2 points above them, and then obviously you've got the break then to Brighton, who are on 21, a 7-point gap now. So,
we said that last week.
Yeah, they've got to start getting results. Manchester City and Chelsea, they played the half-5 game, and
we always knew what was happening.
Yeah,
Baz, we always knew what was happening.
We did.
Of course we did.
The first half, City were in control, total control, I would say, and they're just arsing about with the ball. There's no better way to put it. Arsing about.
Did you? I know we're going to talk about the Champions League, but did you see them?
I didn't see the game in midweek. I didn't see City.
So you didn't see the breakaway?
No.
If anything that I've been saying in the last few weeks typifies City, it was this breakaway last night. So Hoffenheim at the corner, and pushed everybody up for it. Right. This was at 1-1.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like literally, City broke from their own half, and no word of a lie. There was 3 players. Hoffenheim team. So City had 3 players in a line in their half, and the Hoffenheim team were down there. There was 1 player chasing Sterling, right? Sterling is through. He's got Sane to his left, Bernardo Silva coming through the middle. So he's one-on-one with the keeper, slightly wide but not massively wide. So he squares it to Sane, and Sane squares it inside to Silva, and he didn't score. But that typifies City, and all their fans were like, and Guardiola's on sideline going, "What are you doing?" Sterling could have gone on his own. Sane could have scored on his own, but Silva, when Silva's almost online with Sane when he passes it back to him, so Silva takes a heavy touch, which takes it away from him. Where the shot, the keeper can save it. Three on the keeper though, and they didn't score. And that to me sums up this City side. They're brilliant, but when they have a chance, they're like what you're saying. Oh well, whatever. It's fun. We're having a laugh. It's great. This isn't it? No. You do that when you're 3-0 up.
Yeah. And that's how it come across to me at the weekend. With Chelsea were very disciplined in the first half, but City had so many opportunities to get in front, and I think if they'd gone in front, they'd have won it. Kante scores right on half time, second half Chelsea bossed it. They were brilliant, and then obviously killed it off in the second half with that David Luiz goal. But City, the fans, like I said, for me, they're still by far the best side in the Premier League. They are, but I don't know whether they're as disciplined as Liverpool are.
Is that enough?
But I still think over 38 games,
last season, when towards the end of the season, and especially when they come to Goodison, and obviously Goodison was in between the 2 Champions League games, wasn't it? And when they come to Goodison, you could see that their mindset was, we're getting this game finished in the first half, and they did. Why don't they have that mindset all the time?
They should be having that now and then.
Why don't they just get into games and go, especially games like that, and go, get this game finished?
I mean, let's hope that Arsenal about it at the weekend. And we catch them. But I mean, they finished the game at 61% possession, 14 shots to Chelsea's 8, but only 4 on target. Chelsea have 5 on target out of 8 and have won 2-0. So, clearly they've lost the leadership at the moment, and now I suppose the pressure's on Liverpool. Leicester 0, Tottenham 2, 7:45 Saturday night, which will become a regular thing anyway. Tottenham continuing to win away games. Just absolutely brilliant. Son and Dele Alli with them goals, and that took them into 3rd position. 12 wins and 4 defeats, no draws so far for Spurs in their games. They're just brilliant, aren't they? People keep writing them off every year, and it's generally because they don't go or they haven't done recently, go and spunk a load of cash everywhere. So people go, yeah, not good enough, haven't improved. But the 3rd in the Premier League, having had a little sticky spell at the start, a couple of like Liverpool defeat at home and then the next minute they just gone bang, win.
Mentality, that. It's mentality, isn't it? It runs through the team. The defence is pretty sound. You get knuckled down and you win this game. Comes from the manager.
Yeah.
And Arsenal team, Tottenham team, completely opposite to City in the fact that they don't ask about. For me, they're ruthless at when they got the opportunities. Of course, because they have to be, because they know that they can't be. For me,
they're not as flamboyant,
and they can't make changes every single game.
No.
So it's tougher for them. So that they have to. But listen, they've got really good players. I mean, in obviously we all know Harry Kane and we all know Dele Alli, but someone like Son is just brilliant.
Eriksen.
Well, yeah. But to ask Son to come off the bench or start games, knowing that he's going to score 10, 15 goals a season.
I wanted us to get him a couple of years ago when they were. He was on the periphery for them, you know. But they've responded well. Obviously, they threw the North London derby away the week before, but he bounced back with a couple of wins. Sunday, Wolves, talking of teams with back-to-back wins, they were in trouble the other week in terms of, when saying trouble, in terms of being dragged into with everybody else. But they went and beat Chelsea. By the way, that Kepa, that first goal that Jimenez scored against Chelsea last week was just a Joe Hart-esque. It was a shot from wide straight at him, went through him, which is just and that was at a time
70 million gets you these days.
Well, exactly, and then the defending for the winner, for Wolves' winner, was embarrassing. 3 men at the back post to score. But Wolves then went up to Newcastle, who we'd seen. Newcastle proving they are limited.
Well, they are at home because
they've got no attacking.
There's no emphasis, is there? And obviously they had the man sent off, and Wolves kept on going, and obviously they got the win in the last minute, and they've got something about them. Wolves, clearly they're not going to. I don't think they're going to struggle this season.
They're going to 21 points.
They're going to bounce around the mid-table, and it'll be interesting to see whether they shore anything up in January and say, right, well, we need this or we need that, or they just say, you know what?
A couple of Portuguese players.
Listen, all of them.
Sure, they're all ready.
It's for me. They do need a striker. And like everyone else, the one striker away from being a decent side, which is what generally everybody in that middle bit section is. Or something else like Bournemouth. I look at them and go, well, you've got a couple of good strikers, so you may be a good centre back or a good midfielder. Everyone in that middle bit is one player away.
Well, they are, because that level is very similar. It's a good level. Even the teams above them. The difference with the teams above them is they've got 2 or 3 options all over the place. Even Spurs, you can go, well, Spurs haven't got as many options as City or, say, Liverpool, but they've got options.
Exactly.
But if you look at Liverpool's squad, when you go down past about the 16th player, you start looking and going...
Yeah, but then that's how you use them, isn't it?
I'm not criticising Liverpool for that. I'm just saying, in your mind, they're top of the league. But when you actually look, you go, well...
We had people in the comments talking about Everton and fatigue, and how can they be tired? These other teams have played Champions League games. Well, when Liverpool played Burnley, the game after the derby, he made loads of changes. He completely changed the front three, and they went in and won that game 3-1. They went and done the job. If we'd made that many changes, we'd be we didn't make changes and we were nowhere near the level. And if we'd made changes, we wouldn't be anywhere near the level. And that's the point. The point is that we were talking about this in the summer. We were talking about Shaqiri, and you don't have Shaqiri. That's fine.
No.
But I said he's an absolute perfect player for Liverpool. Because he'll come on. He'll give you something, he'll tease you and make you, oh, he's boss, isn't he? And then he'll start games and he'll be, for that one game, he'd be alright. But if you put him on a run for maybe 12 games, he'd probably even out and be garbage. Yeah. But that never happens.
But he's just a winner, isn't he? He's not a winner. He's like a match winner player, so when they need someone to go in and fit in, then he comes
at Liverpool, at a side like Liverpool playing in the Champions League.
He's only a squad player.
He's a squad player, but they can offer him enough games that to him he's like, this is sound. I'm enjoying this. I know I'll start games. I know I'll come off the bench. I know, and that's the difficulty again for everybody else. If you're not in Europe, can you build a squad that is big enough that you can also keep those players happy?
That's the key, isn't it?
And that's the catch.
The catch-22 for them. The thing I meant to say this about when I spoke about Liverpool very quickly, Salah not celebrating, done it again the other night, being criticised. Liverpool fans having a go at him now, just, you know, what's wrong, blah, 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 blah.
Well, he states it. States playing for Liverpool.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He wants out, doesn't he?
Just start the rumours.
Well, he does want out, I think, quite clearly. He wants to move to Real Madrid.
Just wants to go. He's going to Real Madrid.
I know.
He's going. They've already reserved the squad number and everything for him.
Well, we were speaking to a journalist before. He said it's a done deal, practically, so there you go. We saw Watford, another team who's in that middle bit. We saw them at Goodison the other night, and the first half, I thought Everton were just very, very comfortable. Everton were a bit City-like. That shot into the back of the stand. I'll have a go in a minute and then hit it. Then the second half, they stepped up and we struggled with them without them having loads of chances. So what do you make it then? They're a physical side, aren't they? Big, strong side.
But they've got no squad, so they're gonna suffer, aren't they? If you open a game up for them, they'll do well, and that's what we did. We just sat back and opened the game.
Yeah.
And
Corey, to make of him,
a very good player.
Be happy with him.
What
Okay.
I mean, from this match, and we had Rafa Benitez, all some of VAR. The Watford manager obviously wasn't happy with their first goal. I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't know what was wrong with it. Rafa was not happy with a few instances. They're all saying get VAR in now. It's interesting, isn't it? We've seen.
Well, you said a while ago, well, a few weeks ago, just bring it in at Christmas when everyone's played 19 games, and then it's fair. No argument with that. Everyone then is up to it. You see, these managers moaning, or rightly so as well. But Benitez was moaning at the weekend, but then I'd take him back 3 days before when his team should have been down to 10 men and we should have had a penalty. So I understand when people go, well, it's give and take. If Everton put there, but then we get away with a Yerry Mina one and an offside the other night, but then after that, Troy Deeney gets away with kicking Coleman off the ball, which is a red card. The referee didn't see it. It was a red card. It would have been picked up by VAR. So Javi Gracia can moan about the offside, which was, but there was an incident 2 minutes before with Walcott who was onside and the fella took him out, so it would have been a penalty. So you can, but the sooner it's in, all of that's eradicated.
Yeah, but that's the point, isn't it? I still think that it should be brought in. In fact, I think it should be brought in after 19 games as a. I know people might disagree with me on this, especially old school people, but I almost think like the rest of the season should be its trial period.
Like trial, and then to get it right.
But not just get it right, but even if like it's just to get people used to it, so that you're getting used to it, and everyone. So let's say this season.
Well, hang on, we've had it. We've had
it
2 league. No, but
not everyone's had it though.
No, but I'm saying it's already been rolled out at games, isn't it?
So, exactly. So, but what I mean is that if you brought out this season after 19 games, it's fair. But there might be a game, and it might take, let's say, it takes a minute to make a decision, right? Well, next season it would only take 30 seconds because you've already started implementing.
You've started the process, and you can go what works, what doesn't. Do I really need to go like this all the time and go over and look at it, or do I trust him up there?
That's the stupid thing about it. That's what I've always said about it, is that you've got it. It's been used in a World Cup, and we're not using it in the Premier League. And people can say, well, we would have done this and would have done that if VAR was there. It's a technology that we're getting. It's like, what are we waiting for? Other sports wouldn't be hanging around. They'd just be like, get it in now.
Well, listen, with VAR, and this, people can take it however they want, but we've been on the receiving end of some horrendous decisions this season that I think, with VAR in, I think we'd have been in the top 4. I really do. I'm not saying we'd have stayed there over the season. I'm not saying that at all. But the first 6 or 7 games, we had game-changing decisions in each one that would have gone in our favour. The other night, we might have had one that went against us. Mina might have been sent off, or the goal was choked up, whatever. That's the way it is. But if it's there, it's there.
Who's to say our goal would have been disallowed because of VAR, but we'd gone on to win the game?
Well, we'd have been a goal off from the penalty. Well, mind you, no, we wouldn't shake it and they'd probably start to close his eyes and do it.
No, but
but it's there, and the good thing is more people are saying it now, aren't they?
It's coming though. It's not like this is a thing where we're saying, oh, we need VAR. Should we have VAR? It's coming.
There's literally no excuse.
It's coming in. So why isn't it coming in now? January. 19 games. It's fair. It's equal. Get it in. And it's not going to happen, but it's good.
It should be though. It should be. And you're right. You're absolutely right, because the more we do it and the better we get at it, the quicker. We've said it before, and I know it's slightly different, but the goal line technology. You know, everyone jumps up. Referee carries on. Yeah, it mustn't have gone over the line because his thing didn't buzz. It took the whole thing away. And when you look at it, sometimes it's a midgie's cock away from being in, isn't it? But you go, it hasn't all crossed the line. Where in the past, that would have been given. There's always got to be something that is the absolute, and people have to. So people just go, I respect that. And we've seen it with the goal line technology, and afterwards you see it and you go, oh my god, that was in, and you're like, but it wasn't in. Yeah. We've all just gone, we know that isn't in now. We trust the technology, so we're fine with that. So let me just ask you this quickly before we move on. At what stage do you think it's acceptable for the referee to go and view the incident? In terms of how long afterwards? What I believe, right, is that I don't think the referee needs to go and view it. I don't. I've always said that. The only way I would ever think, me personally, that the referee needs to go and look at it, is if the men in the stand or in the room or wherever in the truck outside go, I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it. We need your binding, right? But realistically, how many times does that happen? And if it is, if you're unsure about it, then you can't give it. There's something like a penalty. I think what has to happen, for me, I think they should have enough trust for the guy in their ear to say. I've said this before. Linesmen give decisions. It's trust. If a decision comes up, which is like, listen, I think we need you to look at this, because it's still interpretation of a law. So the referee might, so it's like, goes to deadlock. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like X Factor, it's gone to deadlock, the referee has to decide and vote, and that's it. But I would just be like, you don't need to go and look at it all the time, listen, do they? If a fella goes in the ear, that was a pen. You go, okay. Sound? It's a pen. Who fouled him? Number 4, right? Number 4, come here, it's a penalty. On there. Once you go like that, us in the crowd might go, oh, what? But in your mind you're thinking, well, someone's seen it. Someone's looked at it, and we're going to get to see it later someone's anyway. Looked at it and said, I don't understand this idea if the referee has to. I just don't. And all this thing of waste time. The ref is the ref. No, he's not. He's not. The assistant referees. What about when the fourth official says something in his ear? Calvert-Lewin against Fulham. Referee was walking the other way. Referee give it all that. Give it that first. And then he had to look like a dick because he had to give the pen. The linesman give it. Linesman adamant. He said, I'm giving it. So who give that? The linesman did, or the assistant referee. So why is any different fella in the ear who's got 18 different screens to tell him? That's simple. Get it sorted. Do it, lad. Champions League, because there was a big build up to these. It was round. Game 6. Build up! Match day 6. Match day 6, the one that no one cares about. So, Group A, Bruges 0, Atletico Madrid 0, Monaco 0, Dortmund 2. No real surprises that Dortmund and Madrid went through in Group A. Group B was one. Inter had PSV at home, and Spurs. That was the big one. That was the key. Spurs went to Barcelona. The league table beforehand was Barcelona clearly through 13 points, then Spurs and Inter with 7 and PSV with 1. Now Lozano put PSV ahead early on, and Tottenham went behind in the first 15 minutes, didn't he, in their game, but Icardi equalised for Inter, so it was looking like Spurs were on the way out, which many had predicted. But Lucas Moura with an absolutely brilliant team goal with Fat in the Nou Camp. I know Barcelona made changes, but for Tottenham to go there and do that, PSV just into the equalised. So they were on the way out, but to still play that football and to score a goal like that. Started with got knocked back to the east, didn't it? And he played little triangles all the way up, and then Harry Kane just putting it in. This is what I was talking about with Everton in terms of putting balls into dangerous areas and just people have got to get on the end of it. And, you know, from our right hand side, we don't do it. We're waiting. Kane just gets it, fires it across, and Moura makes a brilliant run. And it's
no, you're right, because if that had been Everton would have gone back outside, and gone to the edge of the area,
stopped it,
and then gone to the other side, and then gone in there,
got all their shape. They'd have got the shape, and that would have been it. But fantastic to get. I mean, bit of a kick up the arse for Arsenal, who were giving it the big one the other week. You know, I thought you were going to be in the Champions League and blah.
The only place to watch
it, yeah. And
fair play to them, because obviously started pretty poorly.
Yeah.
But you know, they've done it. They've got through, and PSVL done as well.
So anything can happen now, can't it? Anything can happen once with Tottenham. Once you get into that next phase,
it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be nice, really nice, if they can get into the new stadium now for the.
Is that planned? I know they've opened the time capsule there this week, and people are giving it the all.
Well, there's
will
tours.
It be open in 2068?
There's tours, isn't there? There's tours. You can have a tour of it, and there's things.
Is that for the players and the staff?
No, that's for everyone.
Oh, right, okay.
And you can have there's things planned,
right,
where I think you have to pay to get in, but that's part of the thing. It's like all these things have to be tested. You know, the tickets and everything's tested, and if you do events there, you can't just have a public event. It's got to be paid. You know, there's all different laws and stuff. So you imagine by the time Champions League, February?
Yeah.
So by the time the Champions League starts, you'd like to think that they might be in, and that'd be great for them. It really would.
Yeah, it's a big thing, isn't it? Group C, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Napoli, with the three teams going for the two qualifying places. Paris, comfortable winners in Red Star, really, which everyone has said they won't win there. They went and won 3-1 there. Napoli, Liverpool, and Anfield. I always thought Liverpool would win.
Yeah.
Alisson's save at 1-0.
You mean that normal save?
That's been hailed as world class. It's been hailed as that's the save that proves beyond doubt he's the best goalkeeper in the world.
I could have saved that.
I'm just saying.
I would have saved that. Genuinely would have saved it.
Yeah, I think my 7-year-old would have.
Are we not talking about
Virgil?
VAR in the Champions League? Because again, you know, it's reared its head, and Ancelotti said if we had VAR in the Champions League this season, they would have had 10 men. And it was all but you know, that picture tells lies, because he's already won the ball. It doesn't tell lies. It says he's got 6 studs in his calf, and as I remember, a certain Mr. Philip Jagielka left the field of play against Wolverhampton Wanderers because of something very, very similar.
Well, nothing similar, because Jagielka won the ball. Van Dijk was a leg breaker a week after Klopp had been moaning about dangerous tackles. It's got to be outlawed, and I don't know whether you've seen the end of their win at Burnley when he went to shake Dyche's hand, and Dyche had a word in his ear, and Dyche had a proper go at him because of his antics after the tackle. And then a week later, you know, the best centre back in the world puts a horrendous, and it is a horrendous leg breaker of a tackle in, and he says nothing, Klopp. You know, but onto the.
Didn't he even say boom?
He probably did say boom.
Or was that just the noise that the lad's leg made?
Boom! I don't know.
That's Virgil van Dijk sunk.
He is what he is.
That's
Mate, karma is a beautiful thing, and it will.
That's funny, because I've not noticed it at any point.
It must happen some stage, though, mustn't it? So imagine when it happens, it's going to be amazing. But Alisson, obviously, they're winning 1-0 and 5 minutes left. Miller has got the chance. I think it's Milic, isn't it? Has got the chance.
It's not even 5 minutes left. It's in injury time, isn't it?
Was it that late? So the last. For me, as a striker there, all he has to do is just guide it into the corner of the net. He's got time to guide it, and he just hits it straight. Now, don't get me wrong, the keeper's done his job. He stayed where he is, right? But the same as Gomez's header last week, he knows nothing about it because he goes like that, so it hits him. Now, if he dives and tips it, you'd go, oh my God, what a save. But it just went straight at him. You know, it's a bit berserk for me. It's a bit bizarre, the reaction. It's like...
It's always the same.
I know, but it's like everyone's the best. You've got the best manager in the world, the best goalie in the world, the best centre back in the world. Kate is one of the best midfielders in the world, and Salah's the best striker in the world. So really, they should win everything.
They should.
Shouldn't they? But it was a good save by Little Arms. And they snuck through. Why did they get through?
I don't know.
Because they won 1-0 at home against Napoli. Napoli won 1-0 in Italy. They both finished with +2. Both finished with 9 points. Is it because Liverpool won more games?
Must be goals scored, mustn't it? Might be one more game.
Was it Liverpool 3 wins, 3 losses? But then Napoli only lost 1 game and have gone out. With it just shows
I think if
Champions League.
I think if Napoli had scored the equaliser, would Liverpool?
Well, Napoli scored the equaliser. Napoli had gone through.
Yeah, but if Napoli scored the equaliser, Liverpool would have had to have won 3-1 because Paris had gone to 3-1 up or something like that. It was all mad. It was all just nonsense.
It's just typical. It should have been a penalty shootout. They don't anyway, but that's what it should have been. Group D, Porto and Schalke have got through out of that.
That's a Liverpool, by the way, Porto.
Yeah, well,
you heard it first.
100%.
Porto.
Second
leg at Anfield.
Porto, 6 games played, 1-5, drawn 1, so they'll lose 9-0 at home, 9-0 away.
Yeah. 100%.
Schalke through, Galatasaray third, and Yakuru, no goals. Sort your world out, lad. Group E, Bayern Munich and Ajax, mad game last night. Ended 3-3. These were through anyway, weren't they, before the game. Yeah, I mean, this one had everything, didn't it? It did. It was apparently it was a classic.
Did it?
It did. It had Lewandowski with a brace. It had a red card for Thomas Muller, a red card for Wobbler. It looked like Wobbler.
So you know what? Can I just...
And an own goal.
Funny enough, right? Funny enough, I was talking to some Bayern Munich players last night. Genuinely, I was.
Going to play Everton.
When I went to see Paul McCartney, I was walking through town. It was like 11:30. There was 4 Bayern Munich kids under 23s who played Everton, and they were walking in front of me, and we were walking past them. I went, "I just get on." And he was like, "I went, so how'd you get on against Everton?" He went, "We won 4-1." I went, "Ah." And he was like, "Yeah." He went, "Who did you support?" And I had Everton jacket underneath my coat. I went like that. And he went, "Oh." He was like, "Oh, it's all." So he was like, I wasn't sure. Like, so I was like, "Oh, it was a good game." He was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh," he said, "I hope you beat City on Saturday." So I was like, "No, I don't, I don't know." He's just like, and then so just have a little chat with them. Like, so they were just. I said, "Where are you going?" He went. I said, "No." I said, "You going for a pint? Because none of the shops are open." He went, "Oh," he went, "Oh, I might walk past the cavern or something." And they all spoke good English. Like, I don't even think any of them were German. They all spoke good English, like, so they were all there. They're all kids out in Bayern Munich. You just walk them around, so there you go. That's my Bayern Munich story.
He's just 4-1, yeah. Believe their keeper was amazing.
Was he?
Ellis made 3 brilliant saves from Ellis Sims, and then it was 2-1, and they scored 2 on the break in the last couple of minutes to make it 4-1. But Everton equalised with 8 minutes left, I think, or 9 minutes left. And they got 3 at the end. There you go. City 2, Hoffenheim 1, the game you've just been talking about. Sané with both goals.
Free kick?
No, quality. I believe it was quality, yeah.
Brilliant.
Third, they won the group by 5 points. Lyon through next. 1-1 in Shakhtar. Fekir with the goal, that Liverpool player. Group G, Real Madrid 0. CSKA Moscow 3. Vlasic with an assist, man of the match, and an absolute host of comments from people who aren't Evertonians saying, "Oh my God, Real Madrid, don't sign this kid, one of the best players in Europe, blah 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 blah. This Vlasic has tore them apart. This Vlasic is better than Asensio. This Vlasic is better than blah." There was just a raft of comments.
50 million, please.
It's mad, isn't it? It is mad that he's living the dreams, absolutely ripping the arse out of everyone. But
what happens when you buy 12 number 10s at
once? Real Madrid had like Isco, Asensio, Benzema, Valverde. They had like it wasn't a full team.
I seen the highlights last night. I mean, CSK they rode the luck for a little bit, and then they got 2 quick goals.
Bale, come on.
Then they got 2 quick goals, and suddenly the game was very, very different, and they got a late one through Sigurdsson.
Madness. Absolute madness. I mean, we've done Vlasic a billion times, haven't we? But it'll be interesting to see whether Everton actually... What happens with him? Whether we do, whether the reports are good and we take him back, or whether
I think he'll move on. I don't think he wants to come back. I genuinely think that there's a player in there, maybe in the number 10 position, but we've got a good number 10 who plays the system and who presses.
But say he can play that role.
I don't know if Vlasic presses for a start, but the only way you're going to find out genuinely is by playing him for 12 to 15 Premier League games. Can you afford to do that? That's the problem. That's why I've said all along, it's good that he's on loan.
No, it is, but what I'm saying is if Sigurdsson's 30, which he is...
Well, what's the harm, right, in saying to him next season, right, we want you to go on loan to a better team, to take another little step up, right, go on loan, and then next season, that'll be the season whether you either stay or you go, and if you stay, you will be part of the squad and you will be knocking on the door for that number 10 position. Otherwise, we'll let you go. But one way or another, in a year's time, you'll know exactly where you stand.
We need a buyback clause if we do.
Well, listen, mate, I keep on saying
brands may do that. The last group, Man United missed a chance to win the group when lost in Valencia. Phil Jones again, an own goal, loves it, doesn't he? And he probably pulled the greatest face ever. Rashford coming off the bench and getting a goal, as he does, and Juve lost in Young Boys.
Did you see the disallowed goal in the last minute?
No.
Oh my god.
For Juve,
Dybala picks the ball up on the edge of the box. He'd already
scored, hadn't he? Yeah.
Smashed one in top corner. Yeah. Right. They're all celebrating. What a goal!
Why did you disallow it?
Ronaldo, right? Being Ronaldo, because he can't help himself, he jumps up to almost try and flick the ball on, right? And they're saying that
it touched him.
No, they're saying that he blocked the view of the goalkeeper. But I'm not being funny. There could have been 8 goalies in there and he wouldn't have saved it.
Would VAR have given it or not?
No, because he did try, and he did try to get something on it, and yet it was arrowing into the corner, so it was deservedly disallowed. But the goal, if he'd crouched down, it would have been given. But he tries to flick it on like the massive tit he is.
He is a massive tit, but he's a very good.
But he is. And off the, no, I can't actually say off the field he might be a nice person, because I can't prove that. And what I can't prove, I ain't saying.
He seems like a nice person.
Some people in Germany think otherwise.
They do.
So, but I'm not saying any more about that.
No, don't say a word.
I'm not saying a word. But it would have been a lovely goal. But it was disallowed. Fair play to Young Boys, because you know, they've won, and young boys don't win that many games. Quite literally. Yeah, it's men against young boys. And young boys have won.
We went there and beat them for.
We did. We treated them like young boys.
We did. We smashed them.
I might edit that out.
Just say that's coming out of it.
Go on. What's next?
Right.
Hang on. Can we just talk about the big one?
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, big one.
Big one. Say it.
Al.
Oh yeah,
Allen
FIFA World Club
versus Team Wellington. Team Wellington sounds like the most pro Evo name in the world.
It does. From New Zealand.
The game finished
3-3.
3-3, yeah, 3-3, and Allen won 4-3 after penalties.
So they go into the World Club Championship.
Yeah. That's the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And the next game will be. Let's have a look. So they'll play. The next game is.
They play Real.
Oh, what the hell? So Kashima are playing Guadalajara in the other quarterfinal.
Yeah.
River Plate are already through. Real Madrid. River Plate, which we're going to talk about in a minute. River Plate will play either. Who are they going to play? This whole thing is really bizarre. Was that the quarter? I don't even know that was the quarter.
Basically, Real Madrid are in it.
Allen are going to play Espanol Tunis now.
Right.
River Plate are through. Kashima Guadalajara. The quarterfinals, River Plate will play either Espanol Tunis or Allen.
Yeah.
And Kashima Guadalajara will play Real Madrid.
Okay.
Which basically already means, I mean, it's already, if you look on the thing, it already basically says River Plate versus Real Madrid in the final.
Well, that's it, because
it already says that.
That's what it's going to be. So
But I mean, that leads us on to the Copa
Copa
Libertadores,
which was not without controversy.
No, it was a shit show. It was a shit show, Baz, from the start. Anyone didn't know, the first game finished 2-2. In the Boca leg finished 2-2. The second leg, the Boca players arrived. Their coach was destroyed while they were on it. Tear gas was thrown. Players said they were sick, couldn't play the game. The next day it was supposed to be played on the Sunday. Players still said that they were sick. There was running battles outside. It went off big time. It had to be stopped again before fans were already in there going off their heads. So then the officials had to say, I mean, this is the Champions League final of South America. Two Argentina teams. Be like Everton playing Liverpool or Man United playing Liverpool or whatever. That's, it was a real, but worse, 10 times worse. Not without, there's no prawn sandwiches there. It is full on nuts, balls. So then they were like, well, what are we going to do? Now, the thing about it is, away goals don't count. So what they effectively were looking at was a one-off neutral game, because they were saying, well, it would be the second leg. We're not dismissing the first game, but because away goals don't count, it would be a neutral final, which took something away from River Plate, obviously. So then they were like, well, where are we going to play it? And there's a few things mentioned. The Bernabeu in Madrid was decided. I mean, because, if you're going to have a South American Championship, where else are you going to have it but in the capital of Spain? I suppose Madrid is the capital of Spanish speaking people, you would imagine, because everything, all those countries would have ordered, everything comes from Spain, would have gone to them, wouldn't it? So that is the capital, I imagine, of the Spanish speaking world. But there was a lot of people saying this is terrible and it's not good fare from the real fans who would not be able to afford it. And there was a lot of celebrity Spanish ex-Spanish players, and Funes Mori went, living the dream. He went, Messi was there, and all kinds of people were there. So, I think that's worrying personally, that trend was created. Well, I say trend, that it could just be a one-off, but
that they just arranged the game somewhere else.
That they just went, Madrid. Not like, can we have Mexico. It? Not like, well, not like, is there somewhere else? Is there somewhere closer? Is there a new...
Uruguay.
I suppose for them, the way they looked at it, I'm only imagining, is that they probably went, well, this is so hot and contentious that we've got to take this off the fans, almost, and put it somewhere where we can control it, because
you're not going to get the same volume of people in Madrid, are you, doing the same things? So I mean, it's not a great thing that it was decided to go and play such a big game in a different country. It sets not a great precedent. And in the week when Barcelona have said they don't want to be considered for playing games outside of Spain, the Spanish League are continuing, have said, well, we're definitely going to be playing games outside of Spain. Just you won't be part of it then. So they're still pressing ahead with their idea to play games. It'll be America, won't it, or whatever.
But they've said it's illegal, haven't they? UEFA have said it's illegal to do that anyway.
Yeah, but they're still.
But South America clearly.
I
don't know. I mean, I can understand the rationale, because
why? But why didn't it go to somewhere like America then, which is well, because I would imagine it's closer.
Well, I would imagine the reason why is because Madrid is Madrid. I mean, at the end of the day, to us, we see as America, it's the natural fit, but to Argentinians...
No, I was just thinking, because it's closer, that was all. It'll be closer.
Is it closer, though? I don't know if it is closer.
Argentina.
I mean, you could walk.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd take you a while.
I mean, Trump would be fuming.
Yeah, of course. He'd say they're nearly there. They're still in Argentina.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it isn't.
I don't think it
depends where it is, though, doesn't it? It depends what stadium.
Where could hold it, though? I mean, I know a lot of stadiums could hold it. I'm not saying but it's what city, what would, maybe the city we're going to talk about in a minute could hold it.
But then that definitely wouldn't be closer, because that's from here to the other side of America. So
is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
The other side of America?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
Do you know where I'm at?
Do you know where?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
You're going up, aren't you?
But it's at the bottom.
No, that distance.
Come on, Atlanta. It's at the bottom, though.
That distance would be closer.
Yeah, but it's not New York.
Well, it's not New York. Obviously, it's not New York because it's Georgia.
Yeah, but it's still at the bottom. I know it's not West Coast, so it's not like there's nowhere on the West Coast.
No,
All the things are shit.
Yeah.
They're all the soulless bowls, but then, you know.
Mexico, like the Aztec, 100,000. But then again, I suppose you're mixing that then.
I don't think they wanted it in place.
No,
like
I'm
that.
saying then you're bringing that into there.
They wanted it to be in a place that was.
I suppose the Bernabeu's is very. The Bernabeu's very
Spanish.
It is very Spanish, but it's also
Spanish.
It's worldwide. It's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's recognisable.
And that's what I was saying. What they wanted is, did they want, right, this spectacle to be on at prime time, European time in the stadium that looked amazing, that would almost
Sky, wasn't it?
It was on BT.
Oh, BT.
So, but almost give off this atmosphere as well of look at this final. It's like when you watch the Champions League final, it's not. And this is what's bad. It's not for normal fans.
No.
It's for celebrity spotting and look at him and look at this person and blah. It's not for normal fans.
No.
It's that thing you see when you watch the Super Bowl. It's not for normal fans. It's for look,
it's
there's so and so,
isn't it?
and he doesn't even support them, but he's here because it's the Super Bowl.
It's an event.
It's a thing, yeah, and I think that's what they wanted because the people who the governing body, you imagine, are like, this is never gonna. Number one, it's two-legged, and I just think two-legged finals are shite. What's the point? So I think they thought, right, it's a one-off shootout final in Europe, and that's worrying because what they're bringing that to us, and that's bad because I think South America. I watched the game; it was shite. It wasn't a very good game. It was lacked on quality. River Plate 1-3-1.
Boca took the lead, didn't he?
They did, and then second half, River Plate come out, stepped it up, and scored 2 in extra time. The game, I just didn't think it was very high on quality. It's got loads of good players, but just not very high on quality.
I think that's what that league's like.
Well, it is, of course.
If you watch you'd have done. No, you'd have done the Boca. If you watch the Boca documentary, which is boss, like it is really good, but you see some of them games, the quality's not great.
One word, Stacularsi.
The what?
One word, Stacularsi.
Yeah.
No, but and it's all about like you get players coming out of it, obviously big players, but I just think they wanted a spectacle and thought, you know what, all the press has been about it, us being an absolute shit show. Let's turn that round. Let's make everyone believe that this is as good as the Champions League. Blah blah blah. It wasn't. I mean, even the cup presentation was fucking garbage. It was. They all got the medals, and then they were all standing on this platform for about 5 minutes, just all dancing. And you're like, just give them the bleeding cup for God's sake. But it's an interesting one, and we'll have to wait and see whether it's ever repeated. That but
you'd like to think that it wouldn't, because you'd like to think that game could go off without incident.
Well, it was. Don't forget as well. It was the fact that literally a huge rivalry got to play each other in the final. Is that ever going to happen again? When's the next time that's going to happen? Because that's the other thing with these kind of teams, is that when they've got good teams, they tend to lose the players quite fast because all the players want to go into Europe. And let's be honest, half of the players who played in that would have played in the Bernabeu and went, I want some of this. I want a bit of this. So
that's the thing.
That would be the next thing.
But like say River Plate won it. Just looking at other stories around. Remember Josh McPartland?
Chelsea, Josh McPartland,
Yeah. Well, his brother's in the Europa League squad tonight. George, 18.
Okay. I thought you were going to tell me something interesting about Josh McPartland.
Well, yeah, the fact that he played for Chelsea's first team, his brother's
Which
just
Josh
about
McPartland
to.
now?
He was at Swansea, wasn't he? I don't know where he is now. He probably went to Sheffield or somewhere like that. You can tell. Arsene Wenger has told Zinedine Zidane to forget about managing anywhere else other than the Premier League, because just that is where it is.
Mind wipe.
Yeah. I mean, what? Can you see Zidane in the Premier League? Think he'll go to United?
Yeah. Yeah, of course he's a Champions League winner, so someone will want him at some point. He's obviously doing nothing at the moment, which basically means he's learning English.
Yeah.
You would be, wouldn't you? He's going to have to speak English if he wants to come in, and that's not like all the media they have to deal with. There's demands they put on them. You have to learn English. You can't, you can't get don't live in an era now where people will accept, this idea of stands. Everyone said bleeding Tingo couldn't speak English. Emery speaks it no problem fluently. Just because he chose not to, because he's not English, that'll probably be why it is. Pochettino could speak perfect English, and yet didn't for a year because he just couldn't be asked being caught out by media questions. They're always saying players don't speak English. Well, we've come in contact with a couple of players, a couple of South American Everton players recently, and they did seem to understand English quite well. So
whatever you want to say, but interesting. I mean, that's come off the back of Paul Ince saying that United, Louis van Gaal put them back 2 years.
Do you know what? I'm glad he said Louis van Gaal put them back 2 years and not the easy trope of Moyes. Mate, the person who put them back 2 years and whispered this very quietly was Sir Alex Ferguson. The team he left was on its arse. It was the last year of that team, and there was nothing coming through, and he knew that, and that's how he left it.
Mad. This week, Pele has said that Messi only has one skill:
being the best player in the world ever. Was that the skill?
Iniesta said he's the best player. He's the best player in the history of football.
Yeah, he is the best player. I mean, that's my only opinion, and you can disagree. And I know people of different ages will disagree because of pictures and boots and the drugs they took. But in my opinion, I've never seen a player do what Messi's done consistently for 10, 11, 12 years. Maradona had a couple of good years at Napoli, 3 years good at Napoli. He had a couple of good years at Barcelona. He had spells in Argentina, but he didn't consistently do it every single year.
Fabulous Maradona.
Oh, listen.
Fabulous in the World Cup. You could easily say Pele was fabulous.
That he was the best player because as a skillful player, he was the best player, and the things he took and boot and left, right, and centre. Yeah. But he also couldn't contain the devil in him, which listen. My alpha list is George Best is the best player.
No, my dad said he's.
But that's because he's the best player he got to see live, and also he looked at the pictures and all the rest of it. Georgie Best could only do it for 4 years. Yeah, really.
He retired at 26.
There you go.
If you look at players, I think it's always difficult to go. He's the best player that's ever been. He's the best player that's ever been. Because if you give me Messi or original Ronaldo, I'd have original Ronaldo every day of the week. Because as a centre forward, as someone who could do things I've never seen a centre forward do. But he's suffered with knee injuries and everything. Messi he's incredible. His dribbling ability is second to none. Scores goals, but he's done it from the age of 17. He's 30 now, something. He's done it every year, every single year. I mean, I give credit. Ronaldo, brilliant. Cristiano Ronaldo, but Cristiano Ronaldo has changed as a player. Messi hasn't really, and he's also fizzy. He's bulked up, and he's a centre forward. You watch him; he can't do the things Messi can do. Yeah, he's great in the air. He's good, or he got really good in the air, and he can't. He sticks the odd free kick in every 3 years. Messi does 2 in a game within about 10 minutes of each other. But Ronaldo's a brilliant goal scorer, direct runner. Messi's someone that just ghosts by people as if they're not there. And I think so. If you look at Pele was a brilliant centre forward, scored a lot of goals.
It is what
Maradona was incredible.
You can't solve this.
No.
It's very much like Is Die Hard, the Christmas film. Of course it is.
Well,
but you'll never get people will agree on it. That's the point, and that's the thing with this. Pele. It's a bit of the green-eyed monster and the blue pill. Pele hates the fact that there's someone out there better than him. He hates it. He thinks he's the best. He's obviously, includes every goal he scored in the playground in his list of goals.
Listen, you can't deny.
I'm not denying.
He went to a World Cup at 17 and took the piss. It's Messi's.
Pele. It's funny you just said about Ronaldo. For me, Pele is like the Ronaldo of his day. He was a striker who used his physical assets.
But he wasn't a dribbler the way Ronaldo was. Cristiano.
No, I know, but it was a different kind of game, though, wasn't it?
I mean, R9, he went down the keeper, something like shit.
No, I'm talking about the Ronaldo now.
Oh, now?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Ronaldo now.
Yeah, maybe.
What I mean is, I'm not saying he was a boss goal scorer, used all his physical assets. Don't get me wrong, he was a very clever player as well. You watch some of the things he did.
Clever,
some of the things he did with the way, like, you know, when he went round the keeper and the halfway. He did things. Yeah. He saw things.
He was a brilliant centre. He was a brilliant player.
But he also never played out of Brazil. People always said to him, why wouldn't you come to Europe? And it was like, well, why should I? And it was like, well, to prove that you're good. Maradona did do that. And that's why a lot of people always look at Pele and go, you turned up for the World Cup, but what were you doing in between? Because we never got to see.
But then is that almost a snobbish thing?
No, it's not.
Do it in Europe,
the point being, no. The point being is, for most people in the world, they only got to see him at a World Cup because that was the only thing.
But he turned up at the World Cups.
But that's what I mean.
That's the point, isn't it?
And that's what I'm saying. Whereas these other players, we get to see.
Well, I love Zico. Zico was just an incredible footballer, but he basically just played for Flamengo for all of his day. Flamengo dancing, was he? Flamengo, he was an absolutely unbelievable player.
Yeah.
And Socrates, another worldie of a footballer. You know, but that was in them days, don't forget, mate. Going from South America into Europe,
and you'd only see these players for those kind of players. You'd only see them when they played in like those we
didn't even get like
you had the World Cup Championships, didn't you? Where they were always nasty, so you never got to see him. But the thing about Messi
I remember watching. I remember staying up or getting up to watch Flamengo against Liverpool because it was live football.
Yeah.
So we got up, and in them days, me hatred wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? So we got up.
Still have a bomb shelter at the bottom of your garden in those days.
Who? And I don't know. You're in your 40s, do you? I got
very early.
I got up about 4 or 5, and they played the game and it looked like your concrete football. That's what the pitch was like. There was this the whole way through the game. Couldn't hardly hear the commentator. Flamengo won 3-0. They were brilliant. Battered them 3-0. But they were brilliant. And this was Liverpool at the time, and they were the best team in Europe. Flamengo just schooled them. And they had so many good players. So I just don't think... I think if it was... You had those players playing in this era, now Zico would be in Europe. Pele would have definitely been over here. Socrates would have been over here. Ade would have been over here.
The other thing I'd say about...
Unbelievable.
The other thing I'd go back and say about Messi is... Where's the next Messi?
That's the thing, yeah.
Where's the emerging? I mean, he's 30 now or 31, right? So where's the 25-year-old?
Well, what I would say about that is I'm pretty sure we will see another Ronaldo, right? I ain't sure we'll ever see another Messi.
But that's the point.
That's it.
Where's the next one? If he's not,
well, where's 19-year-old Messi then? Where people go and see this kid here? He's Messi, because now. Everyone knows. Do
you know what? That's the next thing I like as well. Is that, and I'm open for years and years. And we're both old enough, but everybody was the next Messi, and everyone was the next Maradona, and everyone was think of people like Ortega.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was the next Maradona, or everyone was the next Pele. Now it's who's the next Messi, that's what elevates you. That's what elevates you.
No one's asking who the next player is, are they? I mean, he might be.
That's but I don't see one anywhere. I don't see a player. I don't see anyone anywhere near him in terms of what he can do as a footballer.
Nowadays, we know most players, don't we? They're known, aren't they? Because we can see it on telly. We can go onto YouTube. People, you'd have people like Tim Vickery will talk about it on, and say, "Oh, this kid's coming on." There's a kid in. Is it Gremio? Not the one, not Everton, who City wants. There's another kid. I don't know whether he's in Gremio. But he's like a real hot prospect, and a few clubs have looked at him. He's 20, 19, 20. A few clubs have looked at him, no one took a chance. He's not Messi, because otherwise someone would have gone and bought him. So that's the thing. There's Victus Jr. or whatever, Vincentius Jr. or whatever, who Real Madrid have bought for 60, 70 million or something. He's a kid, but he's not Messi.
No one out there.
And you're right, there's absolutely nobody like him, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know whether there will there'll be great players. There'll be players who everyone looks at and goes, what a footballer he is. He's incredible. Or this fella's coming up and he's absolutely brilliant. But I just don't see there being another one of them because of what he does, his ability to go by players, his ability year after year after year after year to continue and to produce at the very top level, whether that be Champions League. Okay, people can have a dig at him for Argentina, but for me, in the last 2 World Cups, he's been good. For Argentina, it's Argentina that haven't been good for him. That's the problem. Argentina.
You'll never, ever, 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 ever have another World Cup that one player drags the rest of this team through. That will never happen again because football now is too savvy.
Yeah, that is it, isn't it? The whole thing is that you spot those players like when Maradona did it in '86, just dragged them through it. You know, they had a very strong side, Argentina. They were strong players physically, and they had this little dash of brilliance. Now a team, Zidane did it France '98, but they had players like Henry was brilliant, and they had Deschamps who knew how to play and people like that. So you might have the sprinkle. You're always going to have the sprinkle because that's what happens. You know, but for one player to drag a team who's just an average side of good, solid players with one world-class player to win it, that won't happen because, like you say, everyone knows everything about everyone, information-wise. So, anything else?
Well, the MLS. Quickly. The MLS final at the weekend. Listen, there's no Zlatan, there's no room.
No.
There was no big names that people might look for. It was Portland Timbers versus Atlanta United, who've only been, this is the second season. It was at Atlanta Stadium, which the reason that it was held there is, and I've got mixed feelings on this. Basically, you know, whoever finishes top of the highest team in the league that gets to the final holds it. That's their reward. That's their reward. So Atlanta finished, I think they finished second in the overall standings, and New York finished top, but they've gone out quite early like they would normally do. The Rebels, that is. Atlanta have got this. I've seen it actually when I flew into Atlanta last year. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which was built primarily for the Falcons. So for the American football team, it's an amazing stadium. It's like round, and it's got this. It opens, doesn't like a camera eye. It's amazing, absolutely amazing stadium. So they were like, right, what we're going to do is we've got the tier, and then they have this like amazing video screen that goes round, and then they've got this higher tier. So the idea was we're going to close off this top bit for when they make it dark so no one will even notice it, and it'll all be the bottom. That'll make about 40,000, whatever. You just can have that. Well, when they first started, they got that, and slowly but surely they've started getting more and more and more. Now the final got 73,000. Now, all right, people might go, it's a final, but they get that for a lot of their games.
Yeah, I think that was the 6th time this season they've got over 70,000, and they can't have it all the time. So this is the second season. This is a team that's been created from scratch in an area that I don't think's got a brilliant sporting record in terms of winning things. You always seem to be my mate Nick Astro. He's from down there, and their record is terrible for any. I think it's the first thing that anyone's won there since the 80s, I think. So it was a real big deal. I mean, one of the problems I have with it is it was 73,000. I think they gave something like 2,000 tickets to Portland, which is horrendous. They've gone.
They said they want more. It's a final at the end of the day, isn't it? We're prepared to travel. It's no different from, when 2 English teams played in Russia for the Champions League final. 2,000 though. That's scandalous, that, isn't it?
It's pathetic.
That's scandalous.
I mean, it's bad. Portland won it in 15, didn't he? 15 or 16.
Played in Columbus.
That's to go and win it in Columbus, didn't he? So the 2 times they've been in recent finals.
But they won it 2-0. 2-0. It was pretty easy.
Joseph Martinez,
who is attracting this team. They've just lost a manager who is Tito Martino. Who's going to Mexican team, isn't he? He's a I mean, he's a brilliant manager on his own right.
He's been Argentinian manager.
Yeah.
And all that.
They've got a lot of good players who are attracting. I think Newcastle are looking at one of their players. Martinez is a real top.
Martinez was at Torino.
Yeah.
And he went there and he's got 28 goals in there.
He is a good player. Good player.
Dead quick. He's little. It's probably his only thing, but he's quick and his left foot's brilliant. And Almiron, who's attracting a lot of teams. A few Italian teams are looking at him.
And listen, this is a team that won the trophy with Brad Guzan in goal.
Yeah.
You know, so they've got to be good going forward with Brad Guzan in goal. No, but I just thought it was dead interesting that, you know, they regularly attract 70,000. It was the highest rated TV audience as well.
Highest MLS Cup final TV audience since 1997.
And that's without any major stars of like for a European.
I watched it. It was on here. Wasn't
No,
it?
I know.
I had it
So-
over here. So,
but I just noticed. I mean, you know, whatever you think about MLS, that's fantastic. That a team and also these games, the atmospheres are amazing.
oh, they're brilliant.
You know,
the worst thing about it is obviously the pitch, because it's on a synthetic pitch. For the American football, for June.
but also you wouldn't be able to have glass in that place.
No,
Wouldn't.
So
So you'd have to have air filters and those lights. And
I'm sure you can have a better Astro. It just doesn't look
no,
right.
they just don't have good Astros.
It doesn't look
Weird.
good, like. But it's listen. I've watched a lot of Atlanta because they're on a lot, you know, because they come in as they were that. It's because of Tata Martino and stuff. So it's a lot of it's filmed over here, but. They've been an excellent side. They got to the playoffs last year and went out narrowly, and then this year they've gone and won it, and it'll be interesting now to see what happens, because the manager's gone and if the couple of their top players, but what they did very well was they brought in a lot of South American players who were 21 and 22 and 23, good players. So
have you heard
David Moyes might turn up there.
Well, have you heard? Well, he's one of the names.
Is he one of them?
Do you know what one of the other names is?
Come on. Don't say Bruce Arena.
Hashtag
Pads. Yeah. Oh my God, it'll be amazing. Imagine Pads, because they've got some seriously hot female fans. Atlanta, they're everywhere. Pads will be giving it there. He'll have the cravat, the English voice. Pads will be knee deep.
But this team feels
Atlanta.
like this team is like it's in Atlanta, and it's, you know, very vibrant urban city, and they've got a real mix of fans, a lot of Latinos and the black community, and Maggie and Pards rock, the most whitest man in the world, rocking up there.
You'll love it, mate.
Rocking up there.
No, but he's cool enough to pull it off.
Is he?
No, but it'll be funny.
No.
But it'll be funny watching him.
Make it happen. And make it happen.
It'll be my
Make it happen. And then make it rain. Yeah, baby, get the Pards in.
To play there. I would love Everton to play there. Imagine us playing a game in there, in that stadium. We'd be all over that one. That area is ripe for plucking.
I just love us to play in America.
No, I know, but that area is ripe for plucking.
Because I seen something this week. Gave it a hell of a. This week, just finding with some American. Leicester City sent ex-players over to do a thing over there, didn't he? And they were doing the basketball. They were in. I can't remember the ex-players. But it was from Leicester City here. They sent some players over and they were doing some videos in the basketball and all this. Leicester fucking City. Why aren't we doing that? Have we not done enough programmes about this? Why are we failing continuously? Just because you've got a little Twitter account doesn't mean anything. It does fucking scratch the surface. You need fucking Wolverines.
I'm not being funny, right? I had Roger and John in from the Everton Business Matters podcast the other day, and they were saying about what the Esk had said, and Paul, the third wheel, as they call him. And he made just one comment he made, and it's very, like, I thought, yeah, and it's kind of what we've said, but he said it as well, is that there's probably millions of fans, right, waiting to be Evertonians out there, ripe for a plucking.
Yeah.
Ripe for someone to go, I want a team.
A connection.
You do it. You start. We've got to grow globally. We have to, if we want to go where we want to go. Get in. Listen, Liverpool, right? I know we weren't planning on doing this, but I'm going to quickly mention it. Peter Moore, who was head of FIFA, he's Liverpool's...
the game FIFA.
The game
EA.
FIFA, yeah, EA. He's Liverpool's CEO, isn't he? And basically, he's conceded that Everton have got this area on lockdown, basically.
No.
Right?
Has he been smoking?
I don't know, but what he's kind of said is, I'm not really asked, because we're going globally.
Yeah,
so he's starting to he's trying to get Liverpool everywhere through software.
Oh, you've seen it already.
Well, exactly, but he's trying to... Look, you think it's bad now. If he carries on the way it is, it's going to be worse. But he wants all those fans to have access to everything, right, from here. Yeah. So you're in America, tap in, you can have access to... Man City do it. John and Roger were talking about it the other day through Citizens, which is a bit naff, but Citizens, they've got members all over the world now. The content's free, not behind a paywall. It's all free access, and they're just picking up fans after fans after fans.
It's like Everton think. I know this is honestly, but it's like Everton think that it's done. Like you're saying, it's done. Like everyone's got it's sorted.
There's no more Everton now.
Like there's no, but it's like everyone's got. They've got the team. You've got your club. And I mean. Like people are not finding stuff every single day. I used to say someone's over there who hasn't got a club, and then they just switch it on and see Richarlison doing his pigeon dance, and like, I want a bit of that. But then you've got to follow it up. You've got to follow it up.
We had Neymar constantly talking about Richarlison in England for 2 games. At the first press conference he done, he said about how his kid loves Richarlison and wants him to do the dance. So what Everton should have done was, the second press conference, should have gone and presented this kid with a Neymar on the back of an Everton shirt, or a Richarlison one with the thing.
I can sort of better that out for the American market. Right? So 2 weeks ago, Creed 2 came out. Rocky's an Everton fan.
Yeah, so's Dolph.
Dolph's an Everton fan,
and his son's in the film.
Michael B. Jordan said he's got a kit in his.
He's an Everton fan.
He's got a kit in his. He said he's got a kit in me wardrobe. Tony made sure that I'm an Everton fan, right? Yeah. Do you know what I would have done? I would have rocked down to I would have got accreditation for the premiere, right? And I would have took a fucking box of Everton gear.
That was in London. Really?
I would have took a box of Everton gear, or just a kit or something, and just gone to him. There you go, kid.
There's more stuff.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, that's off us. Yeah.
Doing a little thing with him outside. Michael.
You've just gone through Tony.
Everton TV. Everton TV. Tell us about the film, blah blah. Tony's said you're an Everton fan. Yeah, I'm an Everton fan. Blah blah blah. He made me an Everton fan. Don't say how did we get on the weekend, because you wouldn't have a clue. We know that, right? And then when he's on Instagram, and he's got probably like about 4 billion fans on Instagram. People love Michael B. Jordan, by the way. Absolutely love that lad.
No.
Right? He's doing his work. I'm not being funny. He does us all his workouts. He'd be like, oh, what? I need a top workout for an Everton top. I'm fucking doing it. Imagine that. Like when Bieber was wearing the Everton top. Give him every piece of training kit. Go down to Dolph and go, yeah, Dolph lad is an Everton top.
He should have took Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
He should have said, Tony, we need you to do this. He should have got at the side. He could have had Tony Bellew and Michael B. Jordan there, and he could have either let Tony interview him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or said to Tony, I believe you've turned him into a blue.
Yeah.
And that's it. Talk about the film.
We've seen the director of Creed on the set of Black Panther, only one of the biggest films ever in the history of the world, wearing an Everton coat on set. Yeah.
Why?
Because of Tony.
Oh, because of Tony.
Because Tony, when Tony was there, it was like, lads, Tony's a mad blue. He's like, here's all the gear, right? Everton should have just been like, but not just like, here's a box of stuff. Like, mate,
make a big thing about
B. Jordan on the back of a shirt, or Creed 2 on the back of a shirt, and gone, Creed 2, shirt, Michael.
Shirt, Dolph.
Dolph, shirt, Rocky. There you go. Got them all 3 of them. Shirt. It winds me up so much.
Sorry for your ears if you're listening to this.
Take us on the podcast. I'll smash the shit out of the States. I'm telling you, get over there. I'd take Baz with me.
You won't be getting anywhere near the States if you don't shut
No,
up about
I wouldn't
Trump.
get me visa.
There's no chance you're getting.
Surely it's the home of the brave, freedom of speech.
No,
okay.
no,
fair enough.
not
I don't say nothing about Trump.
All right,
I just laugh along with him.
Is that
it's
it?
fun jokes.
That it?
That's all I was
No,
going to
but
say.
you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a missed opportunity. You've done this. Check out the Business Matters with Roger and John.
But I think Leicester City there. I think it was one of those Premier League weekend things, and Everton were like, "Oh, we're not playing till Monday, so we're not included." We should have just been, "We're going anyway, lads. We're going. We're gate crashing."
Yeah, that who was there last time? Rossi there last time or something? Or you had someone like that.
Yeah, they would take someone.
Cahill will be over there, though, won't he?
Well, Jim Cahill. I mean, ex-Everton, ex-New York Red Bulls, lives in New York. Could possibly be an ambassador for us in America if we sorted it out.
And we also had Tim Howard tweeting this week about how much he loves this club.
Of course he does. He loves it.
An amazing
Him and Tim,
club.
both
Why
love
aren't
it.
they all over?
Get a podcast called The Two Tims going, right?
Skype them.
Get a podcast called The Two Tims where all they do is talk about Everton. There you go. For the American fans. Sort that out.
Get Joe Max Moore involved in it. And if you want, I'll even let you bring Mojo in. That's it. We are done. We're out of here. See you later.